Hey guys, Tactical Diesel Dad here. I just wanted to go over cold air intake on my 2017 Ram 3500 6.7 liter diesel. Um, One thing a lot of people are doing is taking the baffle out of the stock intake. And one thing I did do before I installed a Banks cold air intake, and it did. I feel like I gave it a little bit more, less restriction, um, and you could hear the whine of the turbo a little bit better as well. The Banks cold air intake I went with because of the name. They have quality products out there and a bunch of good videos on YouTube. That being said, this was pretty expensive, several $100s, and there's another one out there. I think it's Sinister Diesel makes one, and it has a nice big window that you can see your cold air intake. With the Banks, you pretty much remove everything stock, and it goes all the way down, gets rid of the factory intake box, and it goes all the way down to and bolts onto the turbo. So one issue that I have noticed with the Banks is you got to take the whole thing apart to clean the air intake. And that's really frustrating. So when I do an oil change, I want to clean my air intake, I've got to get in here. Let me switch this around. I've got to get in here and I have to disassemble the entire thing, unplugging these sensors. This window right here, it really isn't very big. It's not big enough to really see how clean your air intake is. You can barely see it in there, and the logo gets in the way really of actually saying what you're doing in there. So I have to disassemble everything just to change out or to clean my filter. So the Sinister Diesel cold air intake, I don't own it. I haven't seen one in person, but the window looks like it's big enough to actually remove the window and then be able to access your air filter, take it off, and clean it without disassembling your entire cold air intake. So for that reason, I would not buy a Banks cold air intake. It's a waste of money. Didn't really notice that big of a difference in power. And what I would do personally, and save a bunch of money, is take out the stock baffle and then put a drop-in K&N air filter in there, and there you go. You've got a $70 filter, and instead of spending $400 on a cold air intake. Unfortunately, I think this is one area where Banks has dropped the ball on their cold air intake. I'm highly dissatisfied with it just because I got to take the whole thing out, and it takes, I don't know, probably 45 minutes to an hour of extra work just to clean your air filter. So unfortunately, won't be recommending Banks for this, but their other stuff looks good. And they got a bunch of great videos on their YouTube channel. So hope you guys liked this video. Hope it informs you on what direction to take. Again, I would just remove that baffle and do a K&N air filter drop in, and that'll save you a ton of cash and a ton of time. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.